What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Lights, and Locks NBA. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Coming to you before, well, good first half, bad end of the first half there for the Boston Celtics, but that was a big lock. Jalen Duren off to a 5-5 start halfway through the second quarter, so he's well on his way. Plus 250 was a wild line. Saw a lot of plus 230s, plus 220 as it got closer to it. Hopefully you're able to jump in. Obviously, a lot of you did because, well, otherwise that line goes the other way. But just letting you know, going to be awesome. Going to be awesome this NBA season to be able to track everything. We got the premium Discord. You can sign up for that below. Ow, hit my elbow on a table. Stochastic.com/Lindy. I'm going to be firing up my bets every single day. I also have over on X at Eric Lindquist. That's my handle. Don't wear it out, or do. Just go follow me there. Doing Lindy's Locks update. Did about 25 minutes recapping the locks. What changed from the night before? Very subtle movements in some of those lines. Still love them coming in. So hopefully those three locks, after hitting the Suns lock there on Tuesday, hopefully those can come to fruition, as well as a lot of the prop ones, the Mather and what is not. I apologize for everybody involved. Go Wildcats, or I don't know. That's also in Kentucky for everybody. Yeah, Bet365, Kentucky, Virginia. You got New Jersey, Ohio, Colorado, and Iowa. Those are the 6 states where Bet365 is available in America right now. And when you bet 5, you get 150 in bet credits right now. So go down to that video description box below, deposit there. If you're in one of those 6 states, take advantage of it. Only if you're 21 and over. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But we got 2 games, just 2 games here on Thursday's slate. But I'm going to break them down in depth. We got to see 2 of these teams play at least, but we're going to start it off here, of course, kind of the main event with Milwaukee and Philadelphia. Damian Lillard, let's go. Anyway, producer Jacob, let's get to the picks. We begin Thursday's voyage here into the NBA streets with the Bucks, the revamped Bucks, hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. And the Philadelphia 76ers, fun news dropped on Wednesday that, well, James Harden's not coming on the road trip here after all. Reconditioning issues. He showed up, said, hey, I'm going to play, I think. And then they said, no, you're not coming on the road trip. So he's staying back, not even traveling with the team here for their 2-game set before they come back to Philly. What is going to happen from there, I don't know. Clippers, it sounds like trade talks did shut down with them today. So for all intents and purposes, this is a James Harden-less Philadelphia 76ers team sitting with some 5.5. That was kind of a surprising number to me at first glance, but I started running the numbers. You got some interesting things going on with Philly, at least with the dynamic of Tyrese Maxey. I think D'Anthony Melton slides into the starting lineup here, and you're going to project him for low 30s minutes. Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, yeah, still going to be starting for this basketball team, but I think the Kelly Oubre piece is very interesting, where that can be some instant offense for this team. Change of location for him. And of course, everybody's favorite, Patrick Beverley. But of course, this team is ran by Joel Embiid. Everything is going to go through Joel Embiid here to a certain extent. I still think we might be looking at shorting him a little bit here. I'll get to that in a second. Let's jump over to the Milwaukee side, though, because there are some changing pieces here. Philadelphia, it's not so much changed as you have the omission of a James Harden. This one is different. Damian Lillard is a Milwaukee Buck. We all know that by now. How this looks, how is this different than somebody? Well, one of the fun things that you can do over at Dunks and Threes, which is, again, one of the sites that I use all the time when using advanced basketball analytics to help me inform my decisions, is you can compare 2 specific players in their top grid. And so I do that a lot when it comes to trying to factor in how these new look teams might have different setups here. Now, the main thing you're all going to point to, that I'm going to point to right from the get-go, is Jrue Holiday is a much better defender. There is not even like a remote chance that you can compare the two in a vacuum, or, oh no, I was going to make a vacuum joke. Hoover? It's not funny. Anyway, Jrue Holiday, going back to their 2023 numbers, you still saw him be pretty great in terms of offensive efficiency, plus 3.2 an estimated plus minus. Basically, that's 100 possessions. You're grading out the 100 possessions. How many more he adds to the team, how many more points he's going to add relative to another player. Damian Lillard led the entire NBA when healthy at plus 8.1 last season. Offensively, He changes the dynamic of this team instantly. And I didn't expect this going through the numbers. He has a higher estimated wins share. That is something that you're basically evaluating how many more wins he can help be responsible for. He's 99th percentile. Now, that's not going to besmirch the good name of Drew Holiday, who I love. And when I think about one playoff series to rule them all, one playoff series to find him, I think I kind of roll with Drew Holiday in some of those spots, even though we've had a lot of, like the Paul George 45-footer in your mouth hole kind of situations. But I will say, I was very, very surprised and pleasantly surprised to see what a jump you had with Damian Lillard. Now, he only played 58 out of the 82 total games last season. 99th percentile, though, in estimated win share. Not what I was expecting to see. 65.1% true shooting percentage. Put that next to Drew Holiday last season, 58.8%. So offensively, I'm really expecting him to hit the ground running, and Milwaukee could look really, really redonkulous on that end of the floor. Now, how do you make up for him being such a lack of defender on the defensive end, and how do you kind of combat that? There's also quietly no Grayson Allen, who that's kind of what his calling card was here for this basketball team. Well, you get Malik Beasley, who adds more shooting to the fray. Brook Lopez has been somebody kind of a contender for Defensive Player of the Year, made ridiculous bounds and jumps in the last couple years in that regard of the floor. And then Pat Connaughton can mix in. Jay Crowder can mix in. Bobby Portis, confirmed in for this game, mixes in. Those are three pretty good bench pieces. I think you're going to go to some minutes for Cam Payne as a backup point guard for Dame, and you're going to go to some minutes for Marion Beauchamp, who's going to be somebody that, again, hit and miss. If he plays well in a couple of those early rotations, there's not going to be any props that we have to analyze for him. So that kind of gives you the onset of what I'm looking at for this one. But no locks on me for the card for this two-game slate, but I do like a prop here for Embiid, because you go through some of the off-court numbers that we have for him here. The assist rate takes a little bit of a dip with James Harden off the floor, which is kind of surprising, but kind of not. Somebody who can play in the pick and roll with you that you have a two-man game with. When that becomes Tyrese Maxey or Tobias Harris, more shoot-first guys, not really creators the way that a James Harden's going to be, yeah, you're probably going to get less assist opportunities yourself. So Joel Embiid, they're going to play through him, but 4.5 assists is a pretty large number when you pace it out here. And obviously books are projecting it for more. This is plus money to go to the underside of it, but I prefer it plus 106. It's grading out as a like play. I also want to throw in minus 5.5, though, here on the Milwaukee side as a lean. I've been thinking about it hard. I think on the surface, there are a lot of ways that Philadelphia plays to the bottom end of their range of outcomes with no James Harden out there. Tyrese Maxey, a poor shooting night. You have the excitement of Damian Lillard. They go on a crazy run. A lot of blowout potential there, but I still think the standard deviation, when we're talking about middle of the road here for this game, projecting it out, this is a pretty efficient line compared to what I would expect. But, it's like a ball take. It's like, I want to take Milwaukee here in this spot. Just haven't pulled the trigger on it. Maybe, though, we get a little bit of movement. If it wasn't juiced minus 115, I think I'd be more inclined to be getting to minus 110 on the 5.5, but probably a pass at the current number. Well, this is the easiest deal, though, I've ever seen in my entire life. If you're in the great states of Kentucky, Virginia, New Jersey, Ohio, Colorado, or Iowa, you bet 5 and you get 150 in bonus bets. If you're in Kentucky, I just was told this today. It's bet $1, get $365 still in bonus bets. That's an incredible offer. You also have this first bet safety net that you have an option of, but trust me, if you're going to just take $5 right now, and I'm going to get you back $150 to bet with, you probably take that, right? So if you're in one of those 6 states, I will repeat for you one more time: Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, New Jersey, Iowa, or Colorado. Take advantage of this offer at the link below because it is ridiculous. Bet365, super reputable book. Some of the better numbers in the NBA. I wish I had access to it. You should want access to it too. Only if you're 21 and over, 18 and over in the state of Kentucky. And if you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Alrighty, y'all, to the next game we go. And here I was, thinking this was going to be the end of my night, that I could kick my feet up, I could watch some basketball, enjoy Luka and Wembanyama, and everything was going to be set. But no. The Phoenix said, Eric, I know you just finished recording, but get your ass back out in your studio. Because Devin Booker is now doubtful, joining Bradley Beal also doubtful. That is a very different deal. So I just ran back out here after recording this. You don't know this. You're watching this for the first time, but I'm just letting you know, re-recording, new analysis. Let's party, my friends, which is fine because before it wasn't even like a play. But now we do have a play. It's actually because it's over adjusted, I believe. Let's talk about it. The Los Angeles Lakers hosting the Phoenix Suns. And, well, we just had a bombshell here with the Bradley Beal news. This line opens at 1.5. Bradley Beal assumed to be kind of middled where you didn't know what was going to happen with him. And the news comes in that he's doubtful about 25 minutes ago. I'm like, oh, that's great. Followed by Devin Booker, also doubtful for this one. Now, we had heard rumblings that he was kind of dealing with something, but not even exactly sure what's going down. All I know is that it's a foot issue of some kind, and he is now doubtful, and they are, I wouldn't call it punting because I still think they're more than capable of winning this basketball game, but I'm going to hold out on the Phoenix side of things here first. Let's go to the Lakers. One thing that's nice about the second game of the season for teams is this is the first two teams we have the second game of the season, although the Suns' complexion is very different for today. The Lakers. Big news with LeBron James going to be limited to around 30 minutes a night going forward from Darvin Ham. I think that's a pretty big deal. I had LeBron in for 35 minutes. There, 36 could have been fine too for opening night. He's been one of the more in-shape dudes in the NBA forever and averaged 33 and a half minutes per game last season. This is a drastic difference, and I know it's only 3 minutes. Eric, why does this matter so much? Well, because every single minute you're projecting somebody on the floor, somebody else has to replace them. And when you're replacing 4 to 6 minutes of LeBron James with Rui Hachimura, with Christian Wood, that is a little bit problematic to me. Now, both of those guys only played 15 minutes there in that opening game. Neither of them all that efficient. Christian Wood did have some sparks of offensive inclinement, if you will. That's a weird way of saying that. Kind of a douchey way of saying that. But also, you saw the worst guy off the bench be Gabe Vincent, who played 22 minutes, most out of any bench guy, but really struggled out there. Minus 17 in terms of plus minus. And plus minus doesn't do a great job of encapsulating the entire story, but it was somebody that I didn't expect to be playing that much coming off of being at Miami. Didn't know how much they really wanted to utilize him. And, well, I guess the answer was more than I expected. You saw Austin Reeves, not his best outing by any means, although filled up a box score there pretty decently, 14-8 and 4, excuse me. Added some two steals and then just decent allotment there, but only 31 minutes for him. 36 for D'Angelo Russell. You don't want that long term. And I know he was creating and doing some things in terms of the assist box score at least, but 4 for 12 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. Overall, not going to be a piece that I think is long for this team. Could see LeBron or Reeves taking over the point guard position if they don't go out and get a point guard here at the deadline. Again, that's a long time away, but you look at the complexion of this team. Cam Reddish playing 18 minutes off the bench. Basically a 9-man rotation. Jackson Hayes getting mixed in a little bit there as like the 9.5 man. The Lakers, yeah, they got Reggie Jackson. It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign, but also not a good sign. Devin Booker out here for these Suns, and yes, they ended up hitting that lock for us. We needed it too. Ended up making me like 0.16 units profitable on the night. That's just dumb to even say out loud. I got like a cup of coffee and a donut. Yay, go me. But profit is better than losing, and that's Wednesday. Hopefully. Again, we got a lot of basketball still to play here. Got to watch this Boston game finish out. What is the score of that? 73-67 Boston here near the end of the second quarter. All right, or the third quarter, sorry. I'm done being sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sexy. Let's go to the Phoenix side, though, because Devin Booker off the floor, gigantic deal. He was the offensive catalyst. We saw Kevin Durant struggle a little bit against his former team, not to like the extent of, like some apocalyptic 1 for 15 shooting outing like a Jordan Poole in that last preseason game. But still, Kevin Durant, not the most Kevin Durant basketball game you've ever seen from him. 7 for 22 from the field, added 11 rebounds. But I want to just say, Jusuf Nurkic, he fit in so nicely. 14 and 14 with 3 assists. He's a great passer. He looked great in the pick and roll. And think about this. How many times did you see DeAndre Ayton in those pick and roll situations with Devin Booker at the end of a game and make a play offensively? Answer, almost never. Maybe I have selective memory for that, but Nurkic in the pick and roll, only 28 minutes, had a little bit of foul trouble there, and they did mix in Eric Gordon for 32 minutes. You had Watanabe play 18, Eubanks play 19, Goodwin's kind of that 9th man in that rotation at 14. I would assume Nasir Little plays more than 3 minutes going forward, but he's going to have to play more than 3 minutes here on Thursday, I would assume, because he's like the next man up type of deal when you're looking at projecting this out. But Grayson Allen's going to go from playing 21 minutes to playing a lot more, and that's not ideal. He didn't look great. It's only a 1-game sample size. I think you're probably looking at Okogie out there playing 36 in a spot where it's competitive. Kevin Durant got pushed up to 37 minutes. I don't know when these props are going to drop. We're going to need some news. It's going to be a whole thing. But, like, guys, this is a tough spot. And I almost don't care because I don't really love this 6-minute difference between my projection on a LeBron on the floor and then being replaced by a Rui or a Christian Wood is a gigantic deal. And that's where I think 6.5 is a little bit of an overcorrection from the plus 1.5 that this opened at. And it's sitting right now at minus 105 at Caesars to get the 6.5. I think that's going to come back down a little bit to earth once people realize that Kevin Durant still going to be playing basketball here and going to do absolutely everything out here. Yeah, he's going to need somebody to come along for the ride without Devin Booker, without Bradley Beal out there. But Eric Gordon, 32 minutes, only 4 for 16 from the field last time out, 2 for 9 from 3. He's got room to grow. Nurkic looked awesome, and I think he's going to dominate the center position for this team, as he should. I mean, he's by far the best center. They don't even really have a Drew Eubanks is fine. Play him 10 minutes a game eventually. Nah, just kidding. Nurkic, he's only going to play like 28, 29 minutes a game. But, friends, plus 6.5. I think this is a great opportunity to buy in on a number that I expect to start coming back towards it, even though the Lakers should be taking an influx of money at this point in time. Whew. Again, ran back out as soon as that news dropped. That's something that happens in NBA streets. Try to give you the most updated info. Hopefully you appreciate it. Go Suns again. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist here on Thursday's board. Again, just 2 games. Weird start of the schedule. We go Tuesday, 2-gamer, Thursday, 2-gamer with a 12-game sandwich here that is ongoing right now. I'm going to get out of here and try to watch quad screen, have everything set up, try to be breaking down things that I'm noticing. And again, it's going to be very data centric when it comes to trying to compare these players out. OddsShopper does a great job of being able to break all of that down. We have all the tools and content for that down below here as well. Market-based approach, finding the best lines, signing up at multiple sportsbooks such as a Bet365. So take advantage of all the offers that we have down below in the video description box. Thank you to producer Jacob. Another successful show in the books here. Simple one. Again, 2-gamer. Don't go out of your way to force anything. I'll have an MLB Lindy's out on Thursday. I'll have an NFL Lindy's out for Friday, coming off of back-to-back nice weeks in the NFL streets. Devontae Adams could have caught a fucking touchdown pass that was wide open. That would have been a lot better week, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk NFL for week 8. Every team in play. Started breaking that down today. Got a couple days here still to go before I record that. But be on the lookout. Thanks everybody for watching. Until next time, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Thursday.